After the fight between Goku and Beerus, he mentions seriously, "You know, Goku, now I understand why Whis chose you to. With all the time they spent in the dimension of training, they have achieved a power almost similar to that of a guardian angel. But I am very afraid that even with that strength, it will be impossible to beat the great priest." Vegeta gets upset and shouts, "What did you just say? How is it possible that even with all this training we have had, we are still not able to defeat the stupid priest? Quick, explain to me why." Vados quickly mentions, "Mr. Beerus is right. As he mentions, one thing was to fight against the rebellious angels that were behind you, but a very different one is to face my father. Nor my brothers, not even me, we can beat him. We do not even reach the heels of what power means. That is why we are looking for a way to avoid all that malice without the need to fight him. That is why we will need the help of the other angels." Beerus quickly says, "The truth, I doubt that the great priest wants to reason with us. Surely if any of you try to go against him, you will have the same fate as Whis. And the truth, I would not want to see a torture like that again." Goku quickly says, "Well, if that's the case, what do you tell me about little Sin? Surely he can help us in some way." Vados quickly mentions that apparently Daishinkan managed to defeat Zeno-Sama in some way, and that is why now he governs the 12 universes. Beerus resignedly mentions that if not even Zeno-Sama himself could against Daishinkan, now yes, they are lost. But Goku says, "Well, not everything is lost. After all, look at this." Goku shows the button that Zeno-Sama gave him a long time ago. Vados quickly mentions what that thing is for, to which Goku says that the button can make Zeno-Sama teleport to where he is, or vice versa, he can teleport with Zeno-Sama. Beerus, astonished, looks at the button which he did not remember. Goku, for his part, just looks very smiling. Meanwhile, in the temple of Zeno-Sama, Daishinkan is sitting on the throne. He smiles and says, "Time is up for all mortals. Soon the great plan will start. All universes will be restarted, and the new regime will begin. Thus born a perfect era." While Daishinkan speaks alone, you see Kuz entering the room with a serious look. This quickly says, "Father, I'm glad you're here. I need to talk to you." Daishinkan changes his look and puts a more kind smile. "Oh, Kuz, what a surprise to see you here, my daughter. What brings you here? I guess you come to congratulate me for my recent achievement. In fact, our achievement." Kuz gently moves his head, denying what Daishinkan says. "No, father, I did not come to that. I come to express a small complaint regarding the new policy you have placed with everything that is not a guardian angel. I want to talk to you about that." Daishinkan looks a little confused at Kuz. After that, a little annoyed, he says, "You disagree? Is it serious? I think this is a very good idea. Something that could finally give us what we deserve. Do not you see how wonderful it would be? Only we rule the universes, without being worried about mortals, Kaiosamas, and destructive gods." Kuz shakes his head again and says, "No, father, these decisions do not make me happy, nor me. And I'm sure none of my brothers. I do not see how wonderful a completely empty universe, where only we are. This goes against what we represent, the angels." Daishinkan quickly releases a laugh, mentioning, "This is not against us, my daughter. My decision will help us to finally stop being the second in all this. So don't be ridiculous. The burden we all carry has been a torment for eons. I'm surprised that you do not agree with this." Kuz, squeezing his fists in anger, says, "Father, you are not free, and you are not even happy. You are behaving like a crazy tyrant, a tyrant that imposes that will of which you accuse the destructive gods and Zeno-Samas. You are going completely crazy, losing control of your own reality. So please think twice before continuing with this madness." Daishinkin gets serious and quickly mentions, "Be careful with what you are saying, my daughter. You are talking to your own father. Do I have to remind you? I have the power to give and take life, and that includes guardian angels. I will not tolerate a behavior like that. So please retire, Kuz." This again becomes firm. Likewise, look at Daishinkin annoying and says, "No, father, I don't care what you say. I am not afraid of you, and I will not submit to your tyranny. I will not let you destroy my friends or everything I love." Daishinkin annoying mentions, "Everything you love? What do you mean by that? Do you feel something for those inferior beings you intend to protect? Have you forgotten what race you belong to? So better not make me angry and retire at once." Kuz, quite angry, raises her voice and says, "No, father, you are the one who is wrong. All that you say is nonsense. All this of new policies is nonsense, and you know it. You are fooling yourself, father. Enough, Kuz, I have heard enough. I will not tolerate your insolence anymore, and less than I lack respect. If you don't want me to punish you as I punished Whis for the things he did, better retire at once, before you make me angrier." "No, father, I will not let you punish me. You will not intimidate me with a punishment. And I will not stop for your words either. I will fight for my beliefs and for everything I love." Daishinkin, furious, launches an energy attack. "If that is the case, then fight, Kuz. Fight me if you dare. You have no chance against me, but I will give you a lesson." Kuz quickly dodges the energy attack. He is running towards Daishinkin. "I will not let you do such a stupid thing. I will not let you destroy the mortals. I will not even let you touch Mr. Lummas." Kuz launches a furious attack against Daishinkin. This does not contain any of his attacks, giving strong blows that destroy the entire environment. But Daishinkin simply dodges with ease. This does not stop Kuz, which hits Daishinkin in the face with all his strength, screaming that he will not let him continue with that silly plan. Daishinkin does not even bother to block Kuz's blows. He receives all and each of his attacks without hesitation. Annoyed, Daishinkin mentions, "This will take too long, or do you want to continue until you achieve something? Let me tell you that the silly love you have for the mortals does not help us at all. The only thing that will lead you to that is ruin. Do not waste your energies or your time in wanting to protect those stupid mortals." Kuz shakes her head again and says, "No, father, you are the one who is wrong. All that you say is nonsense. All this of new policies is nonsense, and you know it. You are fooling yourself, father."
But his gaze changes when he sees that Daishinkin holds something in his hands. "Look carefully, Kuz. Observe what I have in my hand. By the expression on your face, I can notice that you already know what it is, and I will confirm it. This is the Universe 10. And since I see that you are so eager to be able to prevent it from restarting completely, and for the act you just did, I'm afraid I'll have to restart it before the others." "It cannot be." "No, father, please, do not do it. I beg you. I do not want to lose everyone in Universe 10. Please, stop. Kuz kneels, begging not to eliminate everyone. Daishinkan just laughs and mentions, "If you are willing to leave all this nonsense with my new policies and with the mortals, I will let Universe 10 live what is left of life, but I do not want this nonsense to be repeated. Did you understand?" Kuz, with tears in his eyes, he mentions that this will not be repeated again, and please forgive her. Daishinkan, for his part, he just sighs and says, "Okay, I'll get over all this nonsense. Now get out. I have many things to do, and in which to think." Kuz dries his tears and leaves quickly, while Daishinkan just laughs again, thinking about everything he will do from now on, and seeing a way to destroy Zeno-Sama definitively. Meanwhile, on the planet of Beerus, Goku shows the button that Zeno-Sama gave him. Beerus and Bardock are amazed. Bardock mentioning that he is surprised that Zeno-Sama, he has given an artillery as important as that to a mortal. Goku just laughs and says, "Well, I really see this as a simple gachibache. It's not like I use it a lot. Well, I only used it once against the Amas of the future." Vegeta quickly mentions, "Yes, I still remember that occasion. You literally destroyed all that dimension with that button." Goku laughs nervously, mentioning that it was just a small inconvenience, and that surely that will not happen again. Beerus is a little nervous, saying that if they think it's a good idea to press the button, but Bardock quickly mentions, "Well, we do not have many options, and if that thing really managed to call Zeno-Sama, wherever he is, then it's a quick way to rescue him. So, what are you waiting for, Goku? Press the button and save Zeno-Sama." Goku quickly presses the button. Everyone is left waiting, a little nervous the moment for Zeno-Sama to appear. But several seconds pass, and this does not appear. Goku quickly says, "How strange. It assumed that by pressing the button, Zeno-Sama would appear. I wonder if this thing is already decomposed." Vegeta quickly shouts, "For sure that so many times you bring that thing on top of yours, it must have been damaged with so many blows you receive." Goku quickly says, "Well, I doubt that something that the little Essen gave me, it decomposes so fast. I will use it again." Goku again presses the button. Several seconds pass and no one appears. Beerus Molesto mentions, "I cannot believe that, after thinking that we could get help from Zeno-Sama, the button that made him appear, it doesn't work." But Dose stays thinking. Likewise, it as quickly says, "Well, I don't think it's the button that doesn't work, but rather, it seems that something prevents Zeno-Sama. It cannot teleport to where we are. I wonder if my father had already foreseen this, or just it is a huge coincidence that this artifact doesn't work either." Goku quickly mentions, "Well, if the little Essen can't come with us, then we will go where he is." Goku is about to press the other button, but before doing it, from the artifact, it seems to come out a kind of transmission. In this, you see Zeno-Sama with a somewhat tired look. Bardock and Beerus, they make a reverence. Bardock quickly mentions, "Zeno-Sama, I'm glad to see that you are well. Or well, as little as it fits, I'm glad to see it. What happened? How did my father take his throne and he captured you? You are supposed to be very strong. Even your guardians could put a stop to all this. Is there something that we do not know? Zeno-Sama quickly begins to tell everything that happened that time, from the moment that Daishinkan came to the throne until when he, along with 5 other angels, they defeated his guardians. Also mentioning the gadgets that Daishinkan put to prevent him from using his powers. Bardock quickly mentions, I understand. Then that explains why you cannot teleport with us. But don't worry. That's why Zeno-Sama, we will go to your rescue. We just have to press the other button of the device that he gave to Goku, and in a moment, we will go with you. He quickly tells us, no, do not do that, please. Although you can come where I am, surely they will die instantly. Daishinkan, and he did something to my guardians, and now these are watching me without rest, so that no one can come, and I can't even escape. And surely if they see you, the guardians will kill them mercilessly. They have to think of another way to get me out of here, and thus stop Daishinkan once and for all. Although deep down, it hurts me that he betrayed me. I can't let him get away with it. So for whatever you want, try to make it possible to stop it. We cannot let him to eliminate all the universes. I know you can trust you. More in you, Goku. I know you will be able to stop Daishinkan. Goku decided, mention, quiet little Essen. We will take care to stop Daishinkan. We have been training to be able to defeat him. Vados sighed a little and mentions, how do I explain this to you? Well, Zeno-Sama, we would love to help you. After all, as you should know, defeat my father without your help is a very difficult task. Impossible, I would say. So, I think we would need much more than simple words of support. Can you not give us a solution or some kind of extra help? Maybe that can work. Sen quickly mentions, well, unfortunately, I don't know any solution at the moment. You could, and other angels, train Goku. Likewise, they could join the cause and fight against Daishinkan and your other rebel brothers. Vados sighs a little and mentions, thanks for the advice, Zeno-Sama, but for his bad luck, we had already contemplated this, but I still appreciate it. Sen quickly says, I'm sorry. If for the moment I'm not much help, but I can't do much in this position. Oh no, I think someone is coming. It will be better if we stop talking. The transmission with Zeno-Sama ends. Everyone looks worried, not having a 100% reliable solution. Vegeta, annoyed, says, if not even the supposed king of all, he has a solution for this, then we are finished. We cannot do anything against the stupid priest. Beerus sighs a little and says, the options are running out, and in a way, I think the same way as Vegeta. Somehow the hopes, surely Whis would have some solution or something to help us, and now that I think about it, we have to rescue him. As Zeno-Sama, I think this mission will end up being suicidal. Vados quickly says, it is not time to decline. That if the only solution for the moment is to look for his brothers, then it will be time to make a trip to the other universes. Vados mentions that he will look for help with other of his brothers. Beerus is a little serious and mentions, I understand that you want to seek help. After all, it is the only thing we have left. But what makes you so sure that your other brothers will want to help us? The truth, I feel that with all that Daishinkin said, some will be happy and others will be quite afraid as to want to rebel against the great priest. Vado sighs and says, "Don't be so sure of that, Mr. Vil. Maybe some of my brothers agree, but that doesn't mean that others don't. Remember very well that not only Whis and I, we appreciate some destructive gods. Not only that, also the love of life in the universes. After all, although we are not allowed to interfere with all the mortals, that just means that we do not want the best for everyone. So, you calm, you will see that we will get out of this. And as for you, Goku and Vegeta,
It will be better if you keep training. Your current power, it is not enough to face some of my brothers, not even me. So, start training at once." Goku and Vegeta look at Vados seriously. After that, these mention that they will train harder. Vados says goodbye and is teleported. Meanwhile, in the abandoned dimension, Korn is standing without saying anything. Martin behind him. He says, "You know, Korn, I understand that my kill, it was more than a simple, destructive kiosk for you. I admit that the loss, it is difficult, but I feel that this is not the time to be depressed for something like that. We need to be more united than ever. Father's plan, it is almost to be realized, and that it should be more than enough to cheer you up." Korn shouts furiously, "You do not understand anything, Martin. That damn cognac. He made fun of everything. He made fun of me and Mr. Liquid. I cannot stand his attitude, and I cannot even see her face." He presses his fists hard, while Martin looks, which quietly, he says, "I understand you. It is painful. Lose someone, but as I repeat, we cannot let that our emotions control us. Our Father maybe call us at any time. We need to be ready, and I don't think he likes see you sad by a destructive god." While these two argue, Cognac approaches them. This laughs pretty hard, and then he says, "Oh, come on, it is serious. Are you crying by a destructive god?" Go. I did not think I could see something more pathetic than that. Korn turns quickly, furiously in the eyes, likewise screams, "You are a damn cognac! Kill Mr. Liquid! It was something very low, even for you. You have crossed the limits." Cognac keeps laughing. "Oh, please, you think I'm to blame for having killed that useless destructive god? I'm sorry to inform you, it was not just my fault. That would teach not to bother an angel." While he speaks, Korn pretty upset, he launches against Cognac. He begins to hit the face, but Cognac, he simply blocks the blows while he laughs. "All right, that's right. Unload all that anger, Korn. Likewise, you can never beat me." Cognac gives a hard blow to Korn, throwing it to the ground. Quickly, Martini intervenes. "It was enough. Stop, you two. We have to focus in the plan of our Father. If he notices that we are not united, and on his part, surely he will punish us, and we will end as the fool of Whis." Cognac, he continues to mock and mentions, "Do not waste time. Better, they are ready. for when fathers start the plan. After all, he wants us by his side for when the village announces the restart of the universes. This is withdrawn. Likewise, Martini goes after Cognac. Korn remains silent, standing and rubbing his face, thinking about everything that happened. Do not worry, Mr. Liquid. I'll make Cognac pay for everything. What did you do to him? Agree or not, my father, I will find the way to get rid of me. While this happens, Vaduz arrives in Universe 11. In this, Vermouth is found, which it does not seem very happy. Vaduz approaches him and mentions, "Greetings, Mr. Vermouth. Well, I think it's not a good time to talk. I see it too strange." Vermouth, annoyed, says, "It is obvious that after the news of the great priest, we would all have an attitude like that. Well, after all, now I understand a little the mortals with respect to the subject of death. I cannot complain either. We already experienced an occasion, that feeling in the power tournament. After Jiren, he lost against the warrior of Universe 7. Although this time, it seems that the elimination will be definitive. But what matters, as the destructive god, I already lived enough. The only ones that worry me are all living beings in Universe 11. Vaduz quickly says, "Well, it's not like it has to be so dramatic in this case, Mr. Vermouth. But I have a very good news, and that's why I came to Universe 11. I want to talk to Margarita to discuss this topic. Could you tell me, where is she?" Vermouth sighs and says, "Well, it's not like you, the angels. They can do a lot. The great priest is a very severe being. I don't think, if you want to change his mind regarding this issue." Before saying anything else, Margarita approaches them. This, smiling, mentions, "It's weird to see you here, Vaduz. What is your visit?" "Well, I guess I'll have to see something regarding the decisions of our father. Or am I wrong?" Vaduz quickly says, "Well, in that you are right. We need to talk about this, and more than anything, do something about it. We cannot allow that our father make a nonsense, like eliminate all the existing with a restart." Margarita, frowning, mentions, "I should not ask, and, well, what do you intend to do about it? You know that if our father decided this, we cannot do anything. Also, not crazy would I face our father." Vaduz, a little worried, mentions, "Well, I understand. Me neither. I would face our father. The simple fact of thinking makes me remember what happened to poor Whis. But in the same way, we don't think about it. And how do you not want us to think about it? Also, about Whis, it happened for being a rebellious angel and commit misdeeds. And if you already knew my answer from the beginning, I do not understand. Why did you come? You know, I thought you were normal. But after talk to me, that idea, I think you're wrong. Of the head, Vaduz. Annoying, he says. Look, first of all, do not speak badly of Whis. He is not to blame. And secondly, I do not think I am the only one who wants to prevent that our universes be reborn. You must also disagree with the policies of our father. Vaduz continues to say several things to convince Margarita, but she remains firm in her initial position. But when looking the other way, This time, the desolation on the face of Vermouth. Margarita sighs and mentions, "Look, I understand your point, but I think that between the two of us, it will be impossible to achieve something to convince our father. So I propose something to you. Perhaps, and only perhaps, if you manage to convince more of our brothers, I could join this silly madness, and thus prevent him from destroying everyone. So what do you say? Do you accept?" Vadis, with a smile, mentions that in that case, she will be in charge of convincing others to join the cause of stopping Daishinkan. Likewise, she leaving Margarita and Vermouth alone. This surprised mentions why he agreed to help in such a crazy plan as that. To which Margarita says, "Well, it's not like I like to see you so depressed, Mr. Vermouth, but on the outside, the rest is a secret. So don't ask me any more. For now, we have to prepare for whatever comes. Anyway, try to enjoy the time you have left, in case we fail." Vermouth sighs and says, "You know, that didn't sound very encouraging, but I'll try. Thank you, Margarita. Although being honest, this leaves me with more questions than answers." Vermouth is left thinking, while Margarita only laughs nervously, thinking that if the plan doesn't work, everyone will get into big trouble. Meanwhile, in the abandoned dimension, Mojito, Martino, and Cognac are arguing a little. Mojito is upset because Daishinkan still didn't call them definitively, saying that if they called them, it was only to give stupid orders. When are these nonsense going to end? I wonder when our father will give the final blow and end all those mortals and useless gods. Martino quickly says, "Don't be impatient, Mojito. Our father knows what he's doing. He's the one who has the master plan, and we're just part of it. So all we have left is to wait." Yeah, whatever you say. But the truth is, I'm bored of waiting here. I want to have some action. I can't wait any longer. I want to see how all the mortals fall apart. That may amuse me a little. Martino smiles and says, "I know you're impatient, Mojito. But hey, to get rid of the boredom a little, why don't we talk a little between us? You know, just to pass the time. After all, we have nothing to do." "Bah, what do you want us to talk about? About how beautiful the weather is in this dimension? Or how fun it is to play cosmic chess? No, none of that, Mojito. I want us to talk about something deeper. We could tell each other what are the motivations of each one that motivated us to join this rebellion. So what do you say? Do you like the idea?" Mojito and Cognac look at Martino suspiciously, since it seems that Martino was very interested in knowing the reasons of the betrayal of his universes. Cognac, a little upset, says, "What makes you think we have any motivation? We just did it out of curiosity. And obviously, boredom." You know, Martino curiously says, "Well, it's not like you don't have reasons to stay here, even though you're just waiting. When I recruited you, I was surprised that you would accept so easily the fact of joining us. So say it. You don't have to worry. I just have a little curiosity." Mojito annoyingly mentions, "And what about you, Martino? Aren't you going to tell us? Or do you just want to get information
that you will use in your favor. Martino annoyingly mentions that she has nothing to hide and that he will gladly tell them his reasons. But Mojito mocks and mentions that this is what he says now, but they don't know what he will do when Daishinkan meets the objective, which could even betray them with that information. Martino gets angry again and tells them, "Don't be ridiculous, Mojito. I don't want any power. I just want to impress our father, to correct the mistakes I made in the first missions." Cognac annoyingly mentions, "Mistakes? I'm surprised you make them. You're supposed to be smart, Martino. What exactly happened?" Martino sighs and mentions, "Well, you don't know, Cognac. But before all this, Father ordered me and Mojito to capture all the Saiyans of Universes 6 and 7. Mojito fulfilled his mission, but in my case, I couldn't capture any, since the intrusion of Vadis interrupted my capture. The Saiyans escaped, and when I returned, I thought our father would punish me or something worse. But luckily, he gave me another chance, which made me feel grateful. And as a thank you, I decided to join the rebellion so that he could fulfill his plans, as it is currently happening." Mojito laughs and mentions, "Ha! So all you want to do is win your father's trust and show him that you're not a failure. That's nonsense. But hey, I can't judge you." Martino Bothers says that that's not true, also saying that she only obeys her father's orders. Mojito just laughs again. "Yes, yes, whatever you say, Martino, but you don't fool us. It is obvious that you only want to win his approval and avoid being punished if you make more mistakes. Enough, Mojito. It was enough of me. The truth is that you have no idea what it is to be aware of failing a father's mission. Well, now that I remember it, in fact, you have done it. When we tried to capture those Saiyans again, and in the end, Whis stopped us. He was angry with both of us because Whis discovered us. At that moment, you were also scared. Even like me, you begged Father for another chance. After all, the only one who was affected was Whis." Mojito annoyingly mentions, "Shut up, Martino. That was your fault for not attacking with all your power in that fight. And well, since you told your reason, then I will say mine, although the truth is nothing of the other world. My motivation is very simple in reality. I hate my universe and everyone who lives there. They're all useless, weak, and cowardly. Plus, the destructive god Sidra. He is the most pathetic of all. His character and his criteria is like if we talk about something that is not a destructive god. Everyone can easily manipulate him, especially Suka and Osama. In the same way, I hated them both. In the power tournament, their decadence was made clear."
I didn't think your universe was so bad, Mojito. If I could, I would have given you mine. But as you describe it, I think I'm better off that way. I don't think I can stand your destructive god, and much less the madness of Kaio-sama, Mojito Molesto mentions. It is, but for the same reason when Daishinkan called me, I thought it would be for a silly order as always. But I was impressed to know that the mission would be to capture the Saiyans of Universe 6. The truth, at first I didn't care. But little by little, I was intrigued by why he wanted them. Upon completing the mission, my father explained to me why he wanted them. although in reality, he only wanted one in particular, which was the Saiyan named Goku, the same one who won the power tournament and became friends with Zeno-Sama, since it seems that he had planned to use him as bait or something like that. But in the end, it was not necessary. Father managed to catch Zeno-Sama without the need to capture that mortal. And now he will create universes for us, and so we can finally be calm, without having to hear the complaints of the destructive gods or the problems of the Kaio-sama, Martino calmly says. Now I understand. So all you want is for your universe to be destroyed, simply so that Daishinkan creates a new one, without you having the responsibilities of guiding a destructive god? Well, it's a valid point. Exactly, that's my motivation. And well, enough of me. What do you tell me, Cognac? Why are you here? Cognac seriously mentions. Well, my motivation to be here is the same as yours. Mojito Molesto mentions. Only Martino is the one who helped me to open my eyes. You see, I was in my universe, trying to deal with my destructive god, but as always, he never listened to me. In the end, after Martino told me about our father's plan, I opened my eyes to such a revelation. So I made the best decision of all, and that was to kill my destructive god. It was so gratifying that I would do it again. That's even why I killed the stupid Lickyear. Mojito and Martino realized that Cognac killed Lickyear on purpose, thing that would make Corn too angry if he found out. Cognac begins to laugh very hard. Mojito and Martino look at him a little nervous, mentioning themselves. They have to prevent Corn from finding out that Lickyear's death was totally intentional. Cognac quickly mentions, "What's wrong with you? You're supposed to be laughing at me, but they only look at me in an annoying way, as if it were a disgust to what they're seeing. What, weren't you the one with the idea of killing the gods of Martino's destruction?" She sighs and mentions, "Well, it's obvious that I told you you would kill your destructive god for the simple fact of behaving like a spoiled child. And more because he managed to hear our father's plan, it does not mean that you have to be killing gods at will. For the moment, better keep it a secret that you killed the destructive god Lickyear. We do not want Corn to find out." Cognac just laughs and says, "I don't care if he finds out or not. After all, it's not like he has to affect the death of that destructive god. Our father would have killed him sooner or later. So I just did him a favor. Corn must learn that the gods of destruction are simply tools, so you should not cry to one. But enough talking. I'm tired of hearing complaints. I'll go for a walk. If father still does not need us, I guess I can go have some fun for a while." Cognac takes his hood and teleports. Martino, a little nervous, he mentions that he does not trust Cognac's attitude. Mojito just sighs and says, "Well, we could not expect much from Cognac. After all, when something gets into his head, it's very difficult to get it out. We just hope he doesn't get into trouble. Although dealing with him, I hope he does not do what I'm thinking." Martino, a little nervous, says, "I think we're both thinking the same thing, and in part, it scares me to really do it. Do you think Cognac is capable of going to kill other destructive gods, just for fun?" Mojito sighs and says, "As much as he does not want to accept it, he would be able to do it. But I do not think he is as stupid as to commit murders right now, knowing that now Father watches the universes." Mojito and Martino stay talking for a while Cognac travels through the multiverse in search of something. Meanwhile, in Universe 10, Kus is depressed. Rumios tries to talk to her, asking what happened when he went with the Great Priest, but she doesn't even answer anything.
Likewise, Rumios mentions that whatever happens, he's grateful that she tried to defend them. To which Kus gets up and with tears in his eyes, embraces Rumios immediately. "Forgive me. Really, forgive me, Mr. Rumios. I tried everything possible to prevent them from being eliminated. But it seems, worst case, if it had not been for my pathetic attempt to rebel against my father, they would have been eliminated in a matter of seconds." Rumios gets a little nervous, mentioning, "Don't worry, Kus. You tried, and that's what counts. After all, at least I'm glad to spend this little time we have left with you. Let's go with Goas and do something to entertain us, like a dance or something similar." Kus dries his tears. In the meantime, in Universe 12, Gene is happy, since he has gotten away with it.
And sits happily. But before he can say anything else, Gawis makes an appearance in front of them. This quickly mentions, "Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt your moment of friendship, but Mr. Remoik, I would like to talk to Kus a moment. I do not know if I can. A moment alone with her." Remoik, a little confused, he mentions that he has no reason to worry and that he will give them time alone. Likewise, he withdraws. Kus is looking at Gawis a little strange, asking, "What do you need?" Likewise, saying he's a little sad to talk. Gawis sighs a little and mentions, "Look, I know you're going through a very difficult time. I'm also going through the same. I guess you must be sad for everything our father said, is not it? That silly idea of wanting to restart all the universes and eliminate the Kaisamas and gods of the instructors." Quickly, Kus mentions, "Well, I'm glad to know that I'm not the only one who is affected by the news. The truth, I do not agree either with that silly idea of father. In fact, I tried to do something in case you ask." Vados, slightly intrigued, he asks quickly, "What did you do exactly? Do not tell me you went, talked to our father. And what did he tell you exactly you managed to do? If you want, to change a little opinion or to give us more time." Kus sadly responds to Vados, "Well, yes. At first it was what I did. I went to talk to our father so that he did not do anything to the universes. I tried to beg and pray for him to change his mind, but it was not enough. In the end, I ended up getting tired of his idea, and we fight, but it did not help. Not even he tried to defeat me, and he told me, 'Don't get me in your business,' threatening me with eliminating you once and for all in Universe 10. It was something humiliating, you know?" Vados, amazed, he is thinking in everything that Kus said. This quickly mentions, "You do not have to worry, Kus. Our father is the most powerful being that exists. No one can face alone. But I'm thinking that maybe if we all join forces, we could do something, or at least try this. Change your mind? I don't know what you think. Try to talk to him all together. What do you have in mind, Vados? I feel that it is something quite risky, but you can continue." Vados sighs and mentions, "Quiet. I know it may sound risky, but surely among all, we can put a stop to the reincarnations of our father. We are not the only ones that we think. In this reincarnation is a terrible idea. Many of us want to protect our universes and destructive gods. And I myself, I'm bringing them together to be able to make an alliance against our father. So tell me, would you like to join us?" Kus is thinking. This seems to be doubting, but he mentions that exactly apart from her, who else is in the alliance of angels? To which Vados mentions that only she and Margarita would be, since it also opposes the plans of Daishinkan. So what do you tell me, Kus? We oppose this plan of our father and we are willing to fight for our universes. But we need more allies. You are strong and brave. If you join us, our possibilities to have our father, they increase a lot. Kus is thinking again, remembering the moment when Daishinkan, he threatened to eliminate first the Universe 10. He feels a little nervous, and with a trembling voice, he mentions, "I don't know, Vados. This could be quite risky. What happens if they end up discovering us? Or even worse, even if we fail and we receive a punishment, like poor Lewis, what would we do?" Vados quickly answers, he knows the risks involved, all this plan, but in the end, it is the only option they have. You know that if we do nothing, our universes will be erased, eliminating everything we know and love. I know very well that you do not want that to happen, so we can prevent it. Let's fight for what is fair. Please, join us. We need you. Kus is thinking again, listening to the words of Vados. Likewise, remember the moment what happened to Rumoik and the others in the Universe 10. She sighs and mentions, "Well, Vados, you have convinced me. I will join your alliance."
I will do everything possible to help them, but I do not expect more of our brothers. They want to join the cause. Although I still think that all this, it's crazy, but I will do this for Mr. Rumoj. Vados smiles and mentions he knows the great risk involved. But anyway, thank you for joining them. Likewise, she stays talking a while with Kus. Meanwhile, on the planet of Vils, Vegeta and Goku, they are training. The combat of these, it is quite destructive. So much that Vils, look how little by little your planet is turned into rubble. This screams annoying. Listen to you. Stop destroying my precious planet. Whis is not here, so there is no one who repairs it. Goku quickly says, "We feel, Mr. Vils, only Vados. I tell us to train, but this, Vegeta did not give us a place to train. He just left and that's it." Vils sighs and says, "Well, that's true. He left without taking them again to that dimension of training. Well, if there is no other, I'm afraid they will have to wait in what comes, Vados, so to send them to train again to that dimension." Vegeta, somewhat annoyed, says, "I do not think Vados returns very soon. Also, we do not have much time as to wait for him to return. Much I fear that we will have to continue training." Vils, annoyed, says, "Here, the fact that they are almost as strong as a guardian angel, it does not mean that they should not respect my word. I am the god of destruction, and I can still eliminate them with the Hakai, so do not provoke me." Vegeta remains silent, but Goku mentions, "Come on, Mr. Vils, you do not have to be angry. If it bothers you so much that we train here, we could look for another place. Although I do not know exactly where could we go." Vils, annoyed, and says, "Instead of walking around so much, better wait for Vados to return." These three, they are still arguing. Meanwhile, in Universe 9, Sidra is calm, while the Kaiosama, he is quite nervous, screaming, "What are we going to do? It was useless, the ridiculous tournament of power. In the end, we will end up eliminating. I am surprised that you, You can be so calm, Sidra. Well, it's not like I can do something. The truth, if our destiny, it is the elimination, then the only thing I can do, it is to accept this fate. After all, we already experienced once the final elimination of Zeno-Sama. So, do not get upset, and better, enjoy the little time we have left. You cannot be doing drama for everything. The Kaiosama, looking annoyed, to Sidra. Tell her to withdraw, going to walk some distance. Just when he moves away, Sidra, it appears, behind Sidra. Cognac, covered with a hoodie. Sidra, quickly mentioning, well, until you decide to disappear. Mojito, all this, it has been a disaster since the great priest, he announced the elimination of all. And well, neither is it like that I can do something. After all, everyone has come the time. Tell me, don't you want to share a cup of tea with me? Sidra does not receive any answer, which is strange to him.
The Supreme Kaiosama, in the distance, manages to notice everything that is happening without being able to speak for the great terror that he feels. He can only observe everything from afar. Sidra, confused, mentions, "Didn't you hear me, Mojito? Don't you want to drink some tea with me?" He turns around. His gaze changes to a terrified one when he sees the being hooded behind him. It can't be a rebellious angel? Before being able to say something, cognac and ketchup. He hits Sidra hard, who only feels how they are almost crushing his throat. Sidra, trying to speak, tries to beg for his life, asking please let him go, but you can only see a big smile under that hood. Cognac quickly pulls out a sacred dagger, nailing it to Sidra's chest, who complains of pain and begins to drain too much blood from his body. Cognac simply laughs like a maniac while holding Sidra tighter, also saying, "Don't die so soon. I still want to play a little with you. I don't want the fun to end so soon." Quickly, Cognac begins to nail more daggers to Sidra. He screams more and more in pain, suffering, while Cognac only laughs. "Very well, let's finish with this then." In 4 quick movements, Cognac cuts Sidra's arms and legs, which no longer seems to be alive. Cognac simply throws Sidra's body to the floor. He turns around, and it seems that he is about to leave. Sidra, despite being almost massacred, you can see that he is still breathing. Quickly, Cognac turns around, hitting a strong blow to Sidra's head, destroying her completely. The Supreme Kaiosama, seeing from afar, terrified, without being able to say anything, only sees how that hooded rebel angel leaves Sidra's planet. He stays hidden in case there is any danger, looking everywhere to see if the rebel angel is still there. Meanwhile, in the abandoned dimension, Korn looks a little upset. He has a face as if something is biting him in the conscience. After thinking so much, he stands up and goes to a specific place. After walking for a long time, he opens a door. Upon entering, he sees Whis lying down and full of bruises. Korn, a little serious, mentions, "Hey Whis, wake up. It's not time to sleep." Whis reacts to something exhausted, mentioning, "What? Who are you? What do you want from me? Have you come to hit me by orders of our father?" Korn, a little serious, says, "No, I have not come for that, brother. You do not have to worry. After much thinking, I have come to help you." Whis, a little confused, says, "Why? Why would you help me? You could get into trouble with our father." Korn just sighs and says, "I know that, but there is no time to explain everything to you. Our father is distracted with his plans, and this is your chance to escape." He begins to free Whis from the chains, but
Whis is a little surprised. Korn, you know that if you do this, you could get into trouble with our father. I do not want him to punish you this way. Whis says something serious, but Korn simply responds, "You do not have to worry, brother. That does not matter at this point. Now you are free and you can escape. Surely father does not even notice that you are no longer here." Whis, when he frees himself, begins to regain his powers. He heals himself from all the blows he has on his body. "I do not know how to pay you for this, brother, but seriously, I do not want you to get into trouble for helping me. I think it will be better if you escape too." Korn sighs and says, "I get into trouble or not, that does not matter anymore. After all, it is not as if I have not already had problems by joining this silly plan of father and our brothers." Whis quickly reacts, "It's true. Now that you say it, I remember. Martin and Mujito were the rebellious angels, and when father realized that I knew, he ended up locking me up." Korn sighs and says, "Well, he simply inculcated you to cover those two, or in this case, the four, of which I include myself the same. But after what they did, I think I would prefer not to be on his side. But I cannot join you for the moment, so I let you escape, so that you look for a way to fight against our father and our treacherous brothers." Whis, upon hearing this, thanks Korn for the help, likewise saying that please be careful and to avoid being discovered by Daishinken, since this would bring him problems. After this, Whis teleports quickly to a safe place, while Korn eliminates all evidence that he was there, disappearing immediately. Whis continues to flee, quickly traversing the multiverse, saying to himself, "I hope that Mr. Goku and Mr. Vegeta have made progress. The final fight is about to begin." While all this happens, Kuz and Bardos are talking quietly, Bardos mentioning that it seems that he is already better. Kuz simply thanks him for giving him hope that the Universe 10 will be saved, but his conversation is interrupted by a loud scream. And that's how this story closes for now. If you enjoyed this part of Goku's incredible journey, don't forget to hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe so you won't miss the continuation. Your support is what keeps this saga alive. See you in the next episode.